Okay, so I'm just gonna make a quick video on changing out the springs inside an Ultra2 shaft. So these are the torque sensing springs. They're inside here, and this is what they look like. They're usually paired up on top of each other. Okay, and I'll show you this one. I've already taken this one apart. So this is the shaft, and those two leaf springs slide in there with a pin. And this is the outer section, so this will slide into like that. Okay, and I'll show you the best method to get this apart and to reassemble it. So before you start taking it apart, these are some of the basic tools you need. Just a hammer, a punch, and then a little small pin punch. This one here is a 1/16. Okay, and then of course you need a good surface. Ideally, if you want to drill some holes, because this is what we're going to be doing, is move these out of the way. You're going to need a surface like this. Here's the pin that we're going to be removing, and you want a good balance spot. So when you drive the pin through, it's going to be going into that hole. Okay. So another thing you want to check too is the shaft end here. This is a ceramic section here. I'm not sure how they install it, but anyways, if it's cracked or damaged or anything, this is pretty much garbage. You can't fix this. So look at that before you start, otherwise you're going to waste your time. So now you're ready to go. You've checked the ceramic end, it's good. Place your shaft in its position. Ideally, again, like this is what you want it, so the pin can be driven through into that hole. I've got a little brace here in the wood, and with your pin punch, or sorry, just your main punch, use your hammer and just punch it through. So we've got the punch through there, and to complete it, because this is too thick at the end, we're going to use our pin punch. Okay, this is the 1/16. Okay, and then we'll finish it off. It should just pop right through, and then just slid out. I did put a little bit of WD-40 in there just to help. Sometimes the last one I did there was a lot of corrosion actually, which is not good. So we'll clean this up, and nastiness in there. Clean all that up and recover the pin that you just punched out, because we're going to reuse it. Okay, so now that we have everything cleaned up internally, there we go, there's the camera. What we're going to do next is get our springs, place them together. Okay, and we're going to squeeze them there. It's actually pretty good. Now, what I'm finding is put a bit of oil on the shaft. Okay, and here we'll use that for after there. Get him in. Try and line this up for the camera. Not sure if you can see in there, but anyways, it's all lined up. Add a bit of oil here for ease. Now this is not going to touch any of the food, so I think it's personally okay. Just insert this back, line it up. This went on pretty easy. And then we're going to get our pin and get her back in there. So take it back down to your frame board, and we'll just start tapping this in with your hammer. And then once it's getting close to the end, just use your pin again and just smack it down. Okay, there we go. So I just went off film there, and just like I said, tapped it down with the hammer, and then when it got to near the end of there, I used my pin and just knocked it in. So it has to be flush. Okay. So just to conclude, there is a huge savings. So to get a brand new one of these, now if you have any damage, you have to get a new one. But if it's just the springs, okay, these are $11 each. Okay, so for $22 you get that, or for a whole brand new one, it's $172. Okay, big difference. You can do a lot of, and it really takes 5 to 10 minutes if you have a setup for it. So quick and easy, save big money.